What we got here? I love a good peep show.
This show is like the Pringles of TV shows. I can't stop.
Okay, all right.
That's a trick.
It's true, guys. The second episode of Starfleet Academy is somehow so much worse than the first. In fact, it's one of the worst hours of TV that I've had to swallow in quite a long time.
How are people going to respond to it? It's fucking Star Trek. Yeah, they're going to hate it. Nobody's going to watch this.
But before I break down this slop-pocalypse, let's begin this review with an anecdote to help illustrate the differences between Episode 1 and Episode 2 of Starfleet Academy. In the world of dating and marriage, two things that Alex Kurtzman Star Trek fans will probably never experience outside of hugging their cats, there is something called the cool girl principle. When you first get together in that sweet honeymoon phase, your girlfriend is cool. She loves video games. Hell, she even loves watching you play video games. During this early phase, Cool Girl watches football and eats hot wings. She wouldn't dare nag you because that's not what cool girls do. And so you fall in love, you buy a ring. Surely Cool Girl is gonna watch you play Smash Bros on an emulated N64 until you both get bed rot and die together in a sweet embrace. But the second that ring hits her finger, when the honeymoon phase finally ends, Cool Girl suddenly vanishes. Now she shows you her true colors. Turns out she hates video games. And she hates it even more when you play video games. Suddenly, she starts eating buffalo wings with a fork and a knife. She can't do hot wings anymore and makes you order mild, which everyone knows is usually really dry and sauceless. Oh, and now she demands ranch instead of blue cheese. During the big game, she starts asking you questions like, what is a field goal? And says things like, wait, we're only halfway through the game? After the cool girl illusion fumbles, you are left with a nagging, sweatpants-wearing, period-having lunatic who hates everything you do and watches you at night while you snore, dreaming of killing you in your sleep. With Starfleet Leering Center Episode 2, the cool girl phase is officially over. And if Episode 1 was like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, this is like a hard fucking 0.75. This stinks.
This is only gonna get worse.
After an hour of space battles, not much YA romance crap, and some pretty cool scenes with Paul Giamatti, it's now time for the sloppy sweatpants to come out of the Trek closet. Now you will meet the real Slop-Fleet Academy, the one your mama warned you about. Episode 2 is chock full of YA nonsense, a completely different and insanely awful musical score, zero mention or appearance of Paul Giamatti, a bunch of terrible humor for complete ninnies, and a doubling down of every bad element from the first episode with no trace of any of the even somewhat positive elements from the first episode in sight.
It's such an incredibly warm, smart group of writers that came together to make this that I'm just like, yo, we can't miss.
It smells like pussy in here.
So join me as I break down Slop-Fleet Academy Episode 2. We begin with the oddly serious title card of Fall Semester, reminding the audience of going to school, something that is way more fucking fun than watching this show.
Having fun? No.
Granny's peach tea begins the episode by imparting some wisdom into the audience.
If you want to serve the galaxy, make your bed. Here's another. Get to class on time.
Jesus, lady, if you want to save the galaxy, shampoo your fucking head.
Your hair is like my men. Every year it gets darker and thicker.
You know, making your bed might seem like the absolute bare minimum, but when your porky, window-licking cadets are eating their own comm badges, you gotta start with the little things.
I think I swallowed my comm badge.
What is wrong? Whoa, what's wrong with you?
Peach's speeches are as well thought out and organized as her hair. which has become a living, sentient entity that changes shape more than Odo from DS9. I call this current look the American Slopper Spaniel. Meanwhile, we immediately drop into sitcom tropes right off the bat, as the cool girl veneer from episode 1 crumbles and falls like the Twin Towers after a controlled demolition. Yes, we're really doing the take care of the fake baby high school sitcom trope. You know, like the episode of Doug where they all have to take care of an egg. But instead of an egg, it's a jar of self-replicating mucus. Another fitting description for this show. This episode exemplified many facets of the cool girl principle, but chief among them was the change of the musical score between episodes 1 and 2. Like, here's an example of episode 1's music. And episode 2 is like all over the place. It's like trap beats and reggae and funk.
Me too.
If you're planning on breaking that.
Oh my god, was that a DJ scratch in Star Trek?
That is unfortunate.
It is.
And yeah, right off the bat, we have the trope of the future best friends being worst enemies in school.
Is there a creation myth about a wise-ass space rat?
Or one about an overcompensating fish boy who's sad and lonely because he has a teeny tiny fish dick.
Cadets. Who put a state-of-the-art starship in danger just because he needed to call his mummy?
Was that funny?
Oh my god, I wonder if they're gonna get assigned as roommates together. Wouldn't that be so silly? Another montage cut into Peach T's speech is Femme Hadar Oprah teaching the cadets another important Kurtzman Trek lesson.
It's not about self-defense. It's not about weapons. No. This class is about me.
Actually, this is a really helpful lesson considering almost every character in this show is terminally suffering from main character syndrome. There is no we in team, there is only me, and that is the new Starfleet way.
Pitiful. Who stares death in the face as she stares back?
What do you know?
Yes! Death has eyes!
Here's my problem. You're black.
Mr. Crane!
What?
As Peach T continues her speech, holy shit, whoa, what is that? I could point out that 1,000 years into our future, in a world where a transporter can cut your hair and shower you and change your clothes, where medicine and famine and disease have been cured, we got a person in a wheelchair. Like, this exists in this universe. But I guess a pair of robo-crutches was just too futuristic. And look, I would gladly congratulate the brave freedom warriors at Paramount Plus for somehow shoehorning in a handicapped kid into a show set 1,000 years in the future. But I can't really give them their flowers because of one little issue.
A Guelph man won tickets to an exclusive screening of that new Star Trek series, Starfleet Academy, in Toronto last night. Problem is he needed an accessible ride to get there, and the service he needs was all booked up.
That when Paramount Plus Canada ran a contest for tickets, he entered and he won.
So I told them, okay, cool, I accept. I have to book a wheelchair taxi.
Ashkowi called Red Top Taxi in Guelph, but on such short notice, he was out of luck.
After the unmemorable theme song, we smash cut to a horrific goddamn nightmare. This Pokemon-looking pufferfish rock retard monster from Star Trek Prodigy. This is like a pure visual microcosm, a pure visual illustration of how Kurtzman Trek does not fit in with the rest of Star Trek. I mean, it's all summed up in this image right here. Dude, Sean Connery's CGI face from Dragonheart was more convincing than this. Get this fucking thing off my screen.
We got our room assignments.
So the cadets get their room assignments, which Caleb likens to fascism? Huh?
Never had a room.
We share them.
Like with others? That's the definition of
Roommates.
fascism.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, this is like the origami chicken joke from episode 1. It's something that you could probably sit down and think about for an entire week and still not be able to figure out what it was supposed to mean. Okay, background music check. Now this is like piano-based trap music. Almost West Coast hip-hop flavored. No clue what the tone is here. What are we doing, guys?
Oh, you
Hell no.
This is a no. No way.
Go! No!
Oh my god, no way. The guys who hate each other are roommates, no way.
Yo, we can't miss.
It's at this point where I really started noticing these poorly composited CGI robots that they've added to like every frame of this series. These things not only don't feel like anything we've ever seen in Star Trek, but they're also so poorly composited into their environments that I couldn't even tell like which side of Peach Tea this thing is even actually on until it moves. We are introduced to the central crux of this episode, the arrival of the Betazoid government to Starfleet headquarters. Because apparently they left the Federation after the burn, and now Starfleet wants them back. It seems like they're structuring this episode like most Star Trek episodes, with an A-plot following our beloved characters, who in this case are a bunch of helmet-wearing, wheelchair-having, comm-badge-eating morons, and a B-plot following some kind of diplomatic issue with an alien race. So these two butt buddies are fighting about their room assignments when Peach Tea lays down the law.
Cadets, where are you right now?
We're cadets of Starfleet Academy serving aboard the Starship Athena.
Correct. If you forget that again, I'll jettison the both of you out the airlock.
Okay, like threatening to throw somebody out of an airlock, it's pretty badass, except for the fact that they are dry docked on land, on Earth, in San Francisco. If you jettison Caleb out of the airlock here, the worst that would happen to him is ending up outside Jerry Garcia's house on Haight-Ashbury Street, smoking kratom and doing devil sticks for dollar bills. So Peach Tea meets with the head of the War College to discuss the Betazoid's arrival, and Bro is rightfully disturbed by Granny's lack of shoes.
Regulation footwear is a requirement.
I just don't like wearing them if I don't have to.
This was the woman who just gave a speech about the importance of making your bed, right?
Sometimes I just need to let the little piggies out to pasture. Know what I mean?
Starfleet is so incredibly fucked. Imagine rolling up to Earth to attack the Federation and you end up having to 1v1 an old woman with a stroke face and no shoes on, a guy in a wheelchair, 10 fat people, and...
I think I swallowed my combat.
It's an opportunity to teach our cadets conflict resolution firsthand, and for them to learn from their Betazed peers that advocating for social change matters.
Man, I remember when social issues on Star Trek were something that you had to, like, extrapolate from the themes of the episode, and God forbid digging into the writing a little bit. Now they're force-fed to you like Tilly trying her first head of broccoli. Peach Tea explains to the head of the War College, while sitting her bony ass on a table where cadets eat their food with her little piggies dangling, that Betazoid has been hiding behind a sonic wall for 100 years to get as far away from Starfleet as humanly possible. Oh, so that's how I do it. Now the Zoids are returning to the Federation to discuss dropping the wall and rejoining. And if this were a more nitpicky channel, I'd probably spend 20 minutes on how shutting your entire planet off from trade, imports, visitors, and even communication is extremely detrimental for the planet's population, and has probably wrecked their economy and stunted the growth of several generations by taking away their ability to explore the universe. But this ain't that kind of channel. I'm more into like making fun of an old lady with no shoes on dropping her fart box on a table where kids eat their school lunch. And for a lady who apparently lets her piggies out on the daily, this woman seems like she's fucking struggling to walk around like this.
You are erratic, disorganized. You lack harmony, cohesion, greatness. It will be your undoing.
Cut to class, where Alex Kurtzman's idea of the perfect woman is giving lessons on Alex Kurtzman's rule of physics.
The shortest distance between 2 points is not a straight line.
Yeah, I'm really glad that this show is educating our youth.
Entropy times arrow.
You're absorbing all the energy in the room. For real, you're like a sponge. Can you chill?
Turns out that Caleb feels the same way about class as most of us feel about this show.
You bored? Class not riveting enough for you?
What else?
Ladies and gentlemen, our best and brightest.
Not to be rude, but there's nothing you can teach me that I don't already know about temporal mechanics. And I'm actually trying to do some real shit, so...
Attention all cadets.
Oh my god, the bell is ringing to the tune of the original series music. So Caleb bumps into Hologram Tard and her goop baby squirts all over him. Chief among the major changes from cool girlfriend to lame girlfriend between episode 1 and 2 is the blatant character assassination of Caleb. In episode 1, this dude was a hardened criminal that they introduced like Bane.
This woke television program might be dangerous. For you.
But we can't have a strong male presence on this show, so only one episode later, this dude is the goofiest motherfucker alive, and everybody is clowning on him. It's like he's gone from breaking Batman's spine to being Kramer from Seinfeld in one episode flat. Okay, whoa, not that Kramer. After suffering his demolished manhood, Caleb tries to escape Starfleet Academy. Something I would have done as well if my last video didn't hit
200,000
views. And so we meet Betazoid B-Cups, a renowned psychic and empath who opens up with a question.
Why are you climbing the fence?
Yeah, lady, you're a prolific psychic. I really don't think you need to ask. So B-Cups talks Caleb off the ledge, literally, and the two of them start making YA googly eyes at each other. The Betazoids have arrived, and... What? Oh my god, what are we doing here? Betazoids are empathic, psychic, and they don't often use words to communicate because they do so with their mind. So the writers of this show read that description out of like the Star Trek dictionary and took that as they can't actually speak? Like, why are Betazoids using American ESL? Which is specific, by the way. I mean, there's multiple forms of sign language, even on planet Earth. But they're using American ESL to talk to each other amongst themselves? And if their leader is deaf, because he never speaks the entire episode, he only signs, not only would he not learn American ESL, but if he were deaf, that would be even more of a reason to use his telepathy when he's communicating with his fellow Betazoids. Wait, now, who is this member of Starfleet signing to? She's translating for the audience who isn't deaf? Who is this for? She's only facing Starfleet. You would need someone translating the Betazoid's ESL into English for the audience. This translator should be speaking what the Betazoid is signing into spoken language. If she's just repeating the Betazoid signing to the audience, then who is she even helping? They can already see him signing, so she's just repeating the sign language in sign language.
Oh, it. Oh, shit.
So anyway, Beta Boy says no, because the script still needs 2 more acts. To prove that 15 seconds can't happen in the show without something driving me crazy, Caleb throws an apple into a trash can in Peach T's office while she yells at him. And holy shit, I mean, from this angle, he throws it so softly. And then from this angle, it goes soaring like 15 fucking feet across the room. But the apple is digital in both shots, and the force of the throw does not match the distance of the apple. And to really drive the point home that everything in the show is fucking broken, when the apple hits the trash can plays another actual Star Trek jingle.
I'll do it.
A fourth wall breaking garbage can. That's it. That's the whole cutaway. You can go back to the review. We cut to the Replica Cafe, and yeah, once again, I gotta stop the whole video. In Star Trek, replicators make the whole drink for you, the coffee and all. That is the point of the replicator, to replicate the food that you eat. But here at the Replica Cafe, I suppose we're keeping the bean trade alive because we're only replicating the cups. Between the cup and the espresso, the cup is easier to have on hand, and the coffee should be replicated. But instead, we're running a fully functional barista station where a cadet needs to make actual coffee in a machine all day instead of just replicating it. Because we're only replicating the mugs. All right, I'm so sorry. I have to keep going. And the issue with this is even deeper than just the coffee. Because if you replicate a new mug for every single transaction, you would end up with thousands of ceramic espresso mugs all over every surface of Starfleet HQ. The whole thing with mugs in a restaurant or a cafe or a coffee house is, at the end of the day, they collect the mugs, they wash them, then they use them, the next day. In this scenario, every day there would end up being like mountains of coffee cups and mugs absolutely everywhere. Guys, you replicate the espresso, not the mugs. You Cut to the quad where kids are playing hologram hacky sack. I swear to God, if I hadn't already melted about the coffee cups, we would be going deep on this one. But I gotta choose my battles. These two have another cute, disposable conversation using a whale as a metaphor for Caleb's lot in life. They hit the stellar cartography room, which somehow looked better like 30 years ago in Star Trek Generations. I mean, why have a cartography room with screens on the ceiling if you're gonna block the screens with rows of circular lights? Who cares? Just keep going, you gotta get through this. Anyway, they locate the planet where Caleb's mommy is supposedly hiding out, which just so happens to be missing from most Starfleet logs because, coincidentally, it's being hidden by the exact sonic wall that the Betazoids are here to discuss coming down. The fucking coincidence level here is like contrived level infinite. To resolve this episode's plot A, Caleb will have to find success with plot B. That's convenient.
I need to see my father.
Wait. You want to see a thing? This one might cheer us both up.
Please be talking about your dick. Please be talking about your dick. Oh man, so it's just a hollow room with whales in it. Fucking lame. Starfleet throws a gay little opera party for the Zoids, where they once again try greasing this deaf guy's wheels, but he ain't feeling it. And that means Act 2 is over. And like any romantic comedy, we head into Act 3 with both parties in an irreconcilable state. Don't worry, he'll accept Starfleet's terms within the next 20 minutes, but until then...
People keep telling me to chill and that I'm a lot, and I don't think it's a compliment.
Oh man, this is making me actually miss plot A. Can we go back to that? I would take exhausting diplomatic discussions with a deaf guy over this, easily.
Maybe I don't fit here.
You mean through the doorway? Meanwhile, Caleb just read the script for STARFLEET Academy Episode 3. We cut back to the same courtyard where these two had their last conversation, which doesn't feel repetitive at all. Speaking of repetition, Peach Tea heads to Caleb's dorm to convince him not to leave Starfleet. This is the same conversation they had twice in the first episode, and once at the beginning of this episode, and now once at the end.
I think I'm repeating myself.
Sir?
If you stay, maybe we could build something different.
Oh, you guys built something different here, all right. Different in the way that your mom told you the kid who rides the school bus with the flashing light on top is different. So at the last second, Caleb runs to Beta B Cups and convinces her to convince her dad, to convince the Betazoids, to convince Starfleet to rejoin with them again. A cycle that we've washed through in almost every scene of this episode in circles. Granny's Peach Chi convinces the Beta Boys to rejoin Starfleet by offering to house the Federation's government on Beta Z. Because everybody knows that to solve a dispute between the Federation and a world that is worried that the Federation will overstep their bounds is to plant the central government of that invasive force in the direct heart of their home planet. So if anything ever goes wrong, Starfleet can attack them on their own soil in the downtown district of their most important city. Makes sense. Everybody shows their support. Caleb's plan turns out to be a winner, and Beta B Cups celebrates with her new boy toy. Just like in the last episode, we finish with a Caleb versus Peach Tea chat in her office, which is also how this episode began.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they
suck.
Every stanza kind of
sucks
with the last one.
And with that, Caleb returns to his room. Having learned the most important lesson of the episode, Caleb and his roommate make their bed together.
Love to see it. Let's make a fort, guys.
And yeah, oh my god. I had to do episode 2 because really they were hiding the slop. The slop was behind a sonic slop barrier, and only in episode 2 did that slop barrier come down like the Berlin Wall. This time around, every element is worse. The entire show suffers from a general lack of forethought about any of its technology or nerdier aspects. Anything that they bring into it, even a coffee cup, is so deeply flawed and worthy of discussion. This is the sloppiest that STARFLEET has ever gotten. I can't think of anything worse than this, although I haven't seen Section 31. If you guys want me to cover that, I would gladly watch that movie after this. I'm in a slop mood. This is everything that's wrong with modern storytelling at this point in our culture. especially with full season-long TV shows, where it seems like they put the only good ideas that they have in the first 1 to 2 episodes, and then everything just falls apart. Whether it's Rings of Power or The Acolyte or even Alien Earth, the first episode or 2, it's full of slop, but it's like almost got enough ideas that you can stick with it, and you say to yourself the most toxic phrase of all, which is, all right, I guess I'm interested in seeing where this goes. And now I'm learning that I shouldn't be interested. I need to know that these things are gonna suck right when they start, and they're never gonna stop sucking. Do you want me to keep covering this absolute dreck storm? Or can I move on with my life and get back to making videos that people don't really watch? It's up to you. Let me know in the comments below. If you liked what you saw here, give a sub to the channel. Help me out. Every little sub helps. Until next time, this is DS Lions reporting from the absolute bottom of Slop Mountain. Have a good night, and don't watch this show anymore. Bye.
Cause I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I've seen all your movies, and I love your movies, and I think you're the best.